Good evening and welcome to the Middle Creek Coaches Show. This is the Sports Block, live from Ruckus Pizza in Cary. I'm Ryan Magnuson, and I'm joined by Ryan Grover and head coach Mike Castellano. The Mustangs are coming off a 13-3 loss versus Panther Creek, which was the first of the season for the Mustangs, bringing their record to 6-1 overall and 2-1 in the conference. Coach, take us through this game through your perspective.
I thought we played hard. We didn't execute real well. Obviously, when you turn the ball over 8 times, you're not going to win a lot of football games. But I was kind of more disappointed that we had some plays we could have made in the special teams game and the defensive side of the ball that we didn't make, and that could have changed the game. At one point, we pick a ball off, and I think we're going to see it here in a second. And if we execute how we tried to block, we would have returned it taking a 10-6 lead. And the way we were playing defensively, that would have been good enough. Or one time we had a chance to block a punt and ran right by it. That could have been 7 points for us. One time we should have blocked a field goal attempt. That could have been 7 points for us, and things like that. And, the way we play, we try to feed off each other. And when your offense is struggling a little bit, you want to make sure that defensively and special teams you help. We ran a fake punt that if we throw the ball like, we practice every day, it could be 7 points, and we still have a 10-6 lead. So, it's just one of those games where I think we played really hard. We just didn't execute.
Yeah, let's go ahead and jump into those highlights then.
Okay, the first play here is going to be a tackle for a loss. I believe on the evening they had negative rushing yards, so we're excited about that portion of the evening. You'll see here in the tight copy, the linebacker inside to the top right, Brendan Weinberg, comes across the formation. Great job front side by our defense of making that play, string out and go across the field and have a tackle for a loss. The next one is a sack and a forced fumble. You'll see it here in a second. It's easier to see in the tight copy. Hopefully here in a second. There it is. You'll see up top on the right side of the screen, our defensive end does a great job. That's Tex. Comes outside. We have an inside blitzer and Alex Sutton. And calls fumble right there. And that's another situation. We could have recovered the ball and flipped the field, but we get a good sack and a college fumble in a situation to give our team back the football. Here, this is if you watch this is a pick by York Sands on the bottom of the screen. And the first person we're always supposed to block is the guy the ball is intended for. And that's number 7 on this play. And he makes a tackle 90% of the time in football. And if you watch, he is actually the guy that chases it down and makes the play because we didn't block him. So if we'd executed that block, we could have gotten a score there. And, again, that would have put us ahead. But it's kind of a tendency we saw on film that we thought they'd run this play and obviously get the pick. And to see the guy chasing right behind to the left, comes all the way across, and he's actually the one right there. There's one person left to beat, and it's number 7 who makes a tackle. But that was a good pick, and I believe that's the 5th pick York Sands has on the year.
Yeah.
The next one here is a punt block. Coach Wilkes did a great job designing this scheme this week. And right here, Evan and Yolovich, you'll see him come off and block it. And obviously, they can't pick the ball up past the line of scrimmage and run with it if we hadn't touched it. So we end up getting the ball in pretty good field position. Here's the copy. He comes from the right side of the screen and does a good job coaching what we tell him to do. But, of course, everybody on that team has to do what their coach do to be successful and get a block. You'll see guys rushing their crease, makes it one-on-one. Evan dips his shoulder, gets a great block. And, that's a great thing. Of course, you always want to try to score when you have those chances, but that was a good play for us as well. Right here, this is a pass completion from Brant Grizel to Quadir Ford. It's a great effort by Quadir Ford after he catches the football. It's a 30-yard gain. Puts us in really good field position. You can see it here, and it's a great effort by him. And obviously, we get some good pass protection as well. And I'm really proud of Brant, too, on the game. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But there's Quadir, and great effort, holds on to the football. It's a big play, and flips the field for us. And then the last play right here, it's going to be a pretty good pass coverage by our secondary and linebackers. And we have a good pass rush by 2 guys. One of them you're going to hear from in a little bit, but it's Alex Sutton and Anthony Mitchell. We run a little stunt up top, and you can see them both get pressure on the quarterback. And we did a pretty good job of getting pressure on the quarterback most of the night and doing those type of things. You can see him here. Anthony goes underneath on the right side, and Anthony jumps outside, but Alex actually adjusts on the fly and wraps inside and finishes off the sack for us.
Yeah, so going into practice on Monday, was it a little bit of a different mentality, or was it business as usual for you guys?
Well, we talked about refocusing and working hard, and I think a lot of people thought because we'd had success, you can't lose. Mm-hmm. And I said, everybody loses. It's not letting it be a habit and coming back to work and working together. And there was a couple situations. They're not excuses, but, Brant Grizel, who we think's a phenomenal player, he was sick all week and all that good stuff and just started antibiotic. And, a lot of guys would say, oh, I'm tweaked or I'm sick or I'm this or I'm that. And Brant said, no, I'm playing. Mm-hmm. And went out there and competed the whole evening. And I told him on Monday in front of our team, I said, I'm more proud of you now than I was prior to the game. And I think he kind of picked his head up and said, really, it takes a lot to go out there and sometimes have the chips against you and compete when some people would take the easy way out. So we kind of pointed out those type of things. We pointed out there was plays we could have made. And then we talked about going 1-0. And that's every day. So whether you win or lose, it doesn't matter. Your record's always 0-0. So you start again that week trying to go 1-0. So kind of refocus.
I mean, you mentioned Brand, but this team is also very banged up in some key areas. How are you guys tweaking what you guys are doing during the week and obviously last Friday?
Well, you try to adjust as you go. Our motto is everybody practices, so we expect the next guy to go. We use a military saying I heard from a friend years ago that I used to coach with. It was close ranks, keep marching. And you love everybody, but if you lose somebody, you got to keep going. Alex Sutton, who's going to talk later on, and Nathan Woodward is sitting with him tonight. Are two guys that we lost halfway through the year last year, and they were the biggest supporters and fans of the guys who are playing in their places. And that's kind of what you hope for because you are one team and one program and that kind of stuff.
Well, Coach, we'll go ahead and let you get out of here for the first time, but we will talk about next week. Ryan, you have something before we want to get out of here?
Yeah, so everyone has a chance to help Middle Creek win a $100,000 grant and a concert by the band Perry. Make your safe driving commitment daily, October 15th through the 24th at celebratemydrive.com. Please share this on your social media sites and encourage your family, friends, and coworkers to make their commitment too. We have a few flyers for you to take as a reminder, and we thank you in advance for your participation.
Thank you, Ryan. Guys, you are watching the Middle Creek Coaches Show, broadcasting live from Ruckus Pizza. This is the Sports Block. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the Middle Creek Coaches Show. This is the Sports Block, live from Ruckus Pizza in Cary, and we are now joined by Offensive Coordinator Steve Burdeau. Coach Burdeau, always a pleasure to have you on, sir.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, can you just take us through the, through the last game, also through your perspective, looking at the offense, and then, where you think that unit is as a whole?
As far as the last game, we obviously didn't play great. There's a lot of things that we could have done better, but that game's in the past now. As of 4 o'clock on Monday, we watched film, and we're moving forward to Holly Springs.
So moving forward, you're trying to get past that one game. How much of that game is still in your psyche moving forward to that next week?
Oh, no doubt. I hope the players are going to remember that, the things we could have done better, and take the coaching that we saw on film, and just make sure that we don't have those same mistakes again.
Yeah.
So what can we expect from that Holly Springs defense on Friday?
Holly Springs has a very good linebacker, getting looks from some Division I schools, and overall a solid unit. They're very well coached. Coach Bragg's a great coach, so I expect them to be very sound on defense.
Mm-hmm. And moving forward with these injuries, what does it kind of look like for the offense moving into next Friday?
Yeah, we have some injuries. As Coach said, one of our main mottos is we're going to find a way. Mm-hmm. Whether it's during the game, whether it's during the week, we're gonna find a way to overcome injuries, plays, whatever may happen. And we have some young guys who step up, and luckily enough, we have some depth in positions that those guys will step up and do well.
Yeah, and Coach mentioned Brant playing through a sickness too, and just wanting to be out on the field. And I'm sure there's other guys that may be dinged up that are playing through stuff too. So how does that make you feel as a coach for that unit to see your guys still want to go out there and give everything?
There's no doubt, Brant, and there's some other guys out there. Nathan's another one. Every week, we had to pull him off the field to stop running sprints because he's the guy that never wants to stop doing anything. We have some guys out there like that, and I wish maybe we had a few more. But it's great to see those guys who are put the team in front of themselves, but being smart doing so.
Yeah.
Well, before we let you go, did you have any words that you wanted to speak about this young man coming up that's following you?
I'll talk. Both Alex and Juby, John Spencer, are great players for us, and they do a lot of things with special teams. I bet they're waving to me right now. Special teams, offense. Juby's playing both sides. I expect both of them to continue to be leaders on the team throughout the rest of the season and progress as players.
Well, Coach, as always, thank you for joining us, and we'll see more than 3 points next Friday.
Yeah, we better.
Thank you once again, guys. You are watching the Middle Creek Coaches Show, broadcasting live from Ruckus Pizza. This is a Sports Block. We'll be right back.
It is a ruckus. It's a good time. We've got live music 4 or 5 nights a week, and my favorite's the food, though.
Our menu is very varied. We have great hamburgers, great pizza, great pasta, great sandwiches, great salads. We're famous for our New York style pizza. It's a huge 24-inch pizza with just right on the cheese and sauce. And
all right, enough about the big pizza. Seriously, I sometimes still get a little bit long-winded, and this is a perfect fit for taking care of that.
It's great pizza.
It is a ruckus. It's a good time. We've got live music 4 or 5 nights a week, and my favorite's the food, though.
Our menu is very varied. We have great hamburgers, great pizza, great pasta, great sandwiches, great salads. We're famous for our New York style pizza. It's a huge 24-inch pizza with just right on the cheese and sauce. And
all right, enough about the big pizza. Seriously, I sometimes still get a little bit long-winded, and this is a perfect fit for taking care of that.
It's great pizza.
Welcome back to the Middle Creek Coaches Show. This is the Sports Blog, live from Ruckus Pizza in Cary. And we are now joined by senior linebacker Alex Sutton. Alex, thank you for joining us tonight, sir.
Thank you for having me on here.
Yeah, could you start off by telling us a little bit about yourself, both on and off the field?
Well, I play outside linebacker, and I long snap for Middle Creek football.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite color is red, and I have a 4.0 GPA.
What's your hobby during the weekends?
Weekends, I'm just working at Food Line, so just trying to make some cash. That's about it.
I hear you.
The struggle is real.
It's very real.
Do you have any plans for after Middle Creek?
After Middle Creek, I'm right now applying to all these colleges, and I'm just gonna, once when all the colleges accept and probably decline me, I'm gonna see what I want to major in and go from there. See what I want to do.
Yeah. So you mentioned long snapping. That always struck me as something that was pretty difficult, kind of a high risk play. How do you approach that?
I just go in there. I kind of snap differently than other people. I just snap with one hand. It's like I'm throwing the football to Rubino the whole time, and the team can't hit me. So I just throw it to them, and I try to go get the returner.
Right.
How does one develop a one-handed long snap? Was
it always one-handed? Yeah.
One day they asked you to do it, and you did it one-handed.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, and then at outside linebacker, you got responsibilities there too. You got to contain, and sometimes you're going you're blitzing, you're going after the quarterback or the running back. So what was your favorite aspect about being on the outside?
My favorite part would probably be covering the flats, because last year I did play safety, and it's pretty. I'm used to it, and I still get to be a little bit more physical when I get the blitz. But I have to say I do enjoy playing in the flats.
Cool. You got a chance for a pick out there too, yeah.
If I can catch it.
Yeah. Well, that's why you're on defense, right?
So unfortunately, you didn't get the W on Friday, but you held the other team to 13 points. What kind of things do you think this defense is doing well, and what do you think they need to improve on?
I think what we're doing really well on is no matter what's going on in the game, we're all flying to the ball and giving 110% out there. Just no matter what, we're trying to just cause a turnover and make it easier for our offense. And things to improve on would probably be my play. I know I'm probably one of the weaker ones on the defense because I switched from safety to outside linebacker. So probably me. I don't want to judge anyone or say anything. I'm not in a place to talk about that.
Play it safe, yeah.
I played safety.
So obviously the mindset's a little bit different this week. You've been coming off of wins. How was this Monday different than the other ones previously?
I mean, everyone knew we lost and stuff, but I mean, we just treated like any other Monday. Went through the same routine, and we had to remember what we did wrong and improve on it. But what happened last week, and that's the past. So we're focusing on this game. Yeah.
Well, obviously, thank you for joining us, and good luck this Friday.
Okay, thank you.
Once again, guys, you are watching the Middle Creek Coaches Show, broadcasting live from Ruckus Pizza. This is the Sports Block. We'll be right back. Sir? Good job, man.
Ruckus. It's a good time. We've got live music 4 or 5 nights a week. And
my favorite's the food, though. Our menu is very varied. We have great hamburgers, great pizza, great pasta, great sandwiches, great salads. We're famous for our New York style pizza. It's a huge 24-inch pizza with just right amount of cheese and sauce. And
all right, enough about the big pizza. Seriously. I sometimes still get a little bit long-winded, and this is a perfect fit for taking care of that.
It's great pizza.
Welcome back to the Middle Creek Coaches Show. This is the Sports Block, live from Ruckus Pizza in Cary. And we are now joined by junior defensive back and wide receiver Johnathan Spencer. Johnathan, thank you for joining us tonight, sir.
You're welcome. It's great to be here.
Yeah. Could you just start off by telling us a little bit about what you do on and off the field?
Well, on the field, I play defense and offense, and it's pretty fun. And off the field, I guess I'm just all about football, really.
Yeah. So do you prefer offense over defense or vice versa?
No, I like both the same amount.
Yeah.
I mean, I started off playing offense, but, gradually I became to like both the same.
It seems like both of these this offense and this defense would be fun to play in, the systems for both of them, and how aggressive the defense is.
Yep.
So you have a key insight of being able to play both sides of the ball last Friday. What are some of your thoughts that you pull away from your first loss of the season?
I feel like our defense did good and our offense did good. I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about the game, but I guess it was just we took a loss and we had a lot of turnovers, and I mean, we just got to move forward. So.
Mm-hmm. And so everyone's watched the film on Holly Springs, so what do you expect going into Friday?
Another tough game. We have to come with the same mindset every game. we don't care about who we're playing. So
You have any future plans for after Middle Creek?
college.
Simple.
Yeah.
Simple yet. So before we let you out of here, since you play both sides of the field, can you just let us know 60-yard touchdown pass or pick six? Which way would you which way?
Yeah.
Pick six.
Why is that?
Yeah.
It's no feeling like an interception and then scoring. And I haven't had it yet this season, so
Still looking for it.
Well, good luck. Good luck this Friday, and thank you for joining us.
thank you.
Once again, guys, you're watching the Middle Creek Coaches Show, broadcasting live from Ruckus Pizza. This is a Sports Block. We'll be right back.
It is a ruckus. It's a good time. We've got live music 4 or 5 nights a week, and
You know, my favorite's the food, though. Our menu is very varied. We have great hamburgers, great pizza, great pasta, great sandwiches, great salads. We're famous for our New York style pizza. It's a huge 24-inch pizza with just right amount of cheese and sauce. And
all right,
thin New
enough
York
about the
crust.
big pizza. Seriously, I sometimes still get a little bit long-winded, and this is a perfect fit for taking care of that.
It's great pizza.
Welcome back to the Middle Creek Coaches Show. This is the Sports Block, live from Ruckus Pizza in Cary. And we are now joined by head softball coach Robbie Wray. Coach Wray, thank you so much for joining us tonight, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for having us.
Yeah, so we've had you on the show before, and we've talked about some of the great history that this program has. How does this team, this year's team, look?
Well, we graduated 3 seniors, which means we got 6 of them back, plus some up-and-coming young kids in our program now. So we're just hoping to take that next step this year. We almost got where we wanted last year, and hoping this year we can take that one more step.
And so you spoke about that next step. What are some of the things that you're doing differently, or to take that next step? What are some of the things that you want to focus on, to take that?
Well, we just got to get the ball didn't bounce our way last year. We want to get that luck that bounces our way and not take anything away from Cape Fear. But we were inches away from that game about 6 or 8 different times down there at Cape Fear, and we've been blessed with good kids and good coaches in our program, and just trying to do things the right way and take it to the next level with them.
So who are some players to keep an eye on this year?
Well, we've got we're again very blessed with good talent. We've got you're going to hear from Kylie, Majette, Kelsey, Carr, Megan Walker, Devin Wallace, Lily Morse. We've got some good players in our program. Right now we've got 3 D1 commits, so hoping to get a lot out of them, but also counting on the others to chip in and do their part and produce.
Obviously, talent is a lot of the battle, but each year these teams have to mesh together and become a team. What kind of things do you kind of do? Obviously, you've enjoyed a lot of success. We were joking during the break that you already have the Hall of Fame jacket, so you've enjoyed some success. So what are some of the things that you do to keep these teams together year in and year out?
Well, one of the things, as we talked about before the show started tonight, the continuity in our program. I've had the same coaches with me for about 7 or 8 years now, and that to me that's one of the keys to our program too, and our success is we don't always agree, but we always are there for the betterment of the kids. And to me that's one of the keys is just keeping our guys together and these guys that support me and the girls in our school and our program.
So how do you try to balance the importance of being a coach for the softball team and also being a teacher too?
Well, it's all coaches are in this for the love of the game and the love of the kids and working with young people. It's hard. There are days when you don't get home till 9, 10 o'clock at night after a ball game, and got to get up next morning and do it again. But, you know, at the end of the day and at the end of the season, the success we had last year at the end of the year, we didn't want it to end, but it was well worth what we put into it.
Mm-hmm. And coach, you know, this is a tough conference when it comes to softball. What are some of the teams that we need to look for to challenge your team and you know, some of the tough games to look out for this year?
Well, one of the other keys to our success, I believe, is or we believe as a coaching staff, is we do have a tough conference, but we also play a tough non-conference schedule as well. Fuquay is traditionally very good. It's always a good game when we play them. Apex. Heck, last year, you know, Holly Springs got us, and to me, that was a game that kind of turned us around, kind of got us refocused right before the playoffs, and set us on that great run.
Yeah. Well, Coach, you know, you've always. I mean, there's the age-old battle between girls versus boys. The boys a couple years ago, obviously, you know, took it all the way through. What kind of motivation is that on the girls' side that the boys have won and the girls haven't been there yet?
Well, we support them. Don't really compete with them. We're happy for them that they did what they did, but you know, we're just trying to do our thing and take ours to the next step. And you know, it was really good last year to see the crowd and the support come to us all the way to Cape Fear.
Yeah.
We had hundreds of kids and fans down there, so we're just working to get there.
Coach, I was looking for a soundbite, but you didn't give me anything.
trying to be nice right now.
So, Coach, once again, it's always a pleasure to have you up here. Thank you for joining us. Good luck in the season upcoming, and we'll talk to you again.
Thank you.
Thanks. Once again, guys, you're watching the Middle Creek Coaches Show, broadcasting live from Ruckus Pizza. This is the Sports Block. We'll be right back.
Thanks, guys.
It is a ruckus. It's a good time. We've got live music 4 or 5 nights a week. And
You know, my favorite's the food, though. Our menu is very varied. We have great hamburgers, great pizza, great pasta, great sandwiches, great salads. We're famous for our New York style pizza. It's a huge 24-inch pizza with just right amount of cheese and sauce. And
all right, enough about the big pizza. Seriously, I sometimes still get a little bit long-winded, and this is a perfect fit for taking care of that.
It's great pizza.
Welcome back to the Middle Creek Coaches Show. This is the Sports Block live from Ruckus Pizza in Cary. Before we jump into this section, we're just going to give a little shout out to the Middle Creek volleyball team. They're playing for home court advantage this weekend in the playoffs, and they're up 2-0 right now. So we'd like to give them a shout out. So as we jump into this next section, we are now joined by senior shortstop / third baseman / outfielder Kelsey Carr. Kelsey, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that is a number of positions. So which one is your best, and which one do you prefer?
I don't really have a best. I'm pretty equally good at all of them. But I've been playing shortstop since I was little, so it's my favorite.
And obviously, you've been around this program for a while. So what do you think are some of the keys to why you've been successful so far in your Middle Creek career?
We have a very good coaching staff. They're very helpful, and they'll let you know what you need to work on and what you can do better at. So it's been very influential from them. And then from the other teammates that we have that are just as talented, they're a great influence on everybody.
So when did you know that softball was a passion of yours? Was it sometime at Middle Creek, or was it before that?
Well, my entire family, we either play softball, baseball. We're an athletic family, so
Yep.
Started with my granddad. He pretty hit it off strong for the grandkids.
Nice, yeah.
So, moving into your senior season, what are some of the things your coach talked about taking those next steps? What are some of the things that you're doing in your final preseason to get yourself ready for, your senior season?
Batting wise, I try to be very disciplined at the plate, so I've been working on that, doing batting lessons. Defense, working on different plays, practicing the plays that we did last year, and trying to get better at those also.
Do you have any future plans for after Middle Creek?
I want to attend East Carolina University for nursing and see where that goes from there.
Right on.
Very smart. Very
Thank
smart.
you.
Yeah. So obviously, I mentioned the next steps. What do you guys as a team, rather than individually, need to do differently or focus on to take those next steps to be, to take that?
As a team, I think because we have so much multi-talented players, just to be open to doing anything that we need to do to get to the next step and to get to where we want to be for our ultimate goals to make it to states.
Yeah. And so, what game are you circling on this schedule right now as your one that you're looking out for?
It's always going to be Fuquay, so that's always a good game.
Good answer.
Well, obviously, good luck for the rest of your off season, and good
you.
luck for the upcoming season. And we'll look to see what you guys can do.
Thank you.
Once again, guys, you're watching the Middle Creek Coaches Show, broadcasting live from Ruckus Pizza. This is the Sports Block. We'll be right back.
It is a ruckus. It's a good time. We've got live music 4 or 5 nights a week. And
My favorite's the food, though. Our menu is very varied. We have great hamburgers, great pizza, great pasta, great sandwiches, great salads. We're famous for our New York style pizza. It's a huge 24-inch pizza with just right amount of cheese and sauce. And
all right, enough about the big pizza. Seriously, I sometimes still get a little bit long-winded, and this is a perfect fit for taking care of that.
It's great pizza.
Welcome back to the Middle Creek Coaches Show. This is the Sports Block, live from Ruckus Pizza in Cary. And we are now joined by senior pitcher / first baseman Kylie Majette. Kylie, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, can you start off by telling us a little bit about yourself, both on and off the field?
Well, I started playing in 2nd grade.
Wow.
I'm a left-handed pitcher, so I guess I'm kind of unique, maybe.
Yeah. Us lefties are unique.
We're special.
Very special. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that, did you always kind of have that throwing motion? Were you always a pitcher, or did that come recently?
I started pitching probably in like 3rd or 4th grade, so not very long after I started playing softball.
So we're talking about your upcoming season. You guys have been close, historically, always coming close, but not quite getting there. What type of things do you think you guys need to accomplish as a team to take that next step?
I think we need to just kind of make sure that we cut out all the silly mistakes and errors and stuff like that they make a big difference in the games.
Yeah.
So what are some of the toughest things about what you do, on the softball diamond?
Well, it can be kind of tough to have all that pressure on you. If you lose a game, I mean, as a pitcher, you sometimes kind of feel like you blew the game, and it's all your fault. So.
But obviously, you like the feeling of the reverse happening. I mean, if
yeah, that part of it's pretty great.
So, what type of things are you guys doing as a team, individually, to get ready for the season?
Well, we've started workouts, and I think we're all working hard on our own in the off season, and practicing a lot outside of team stuff.
What kind of things are you working on as a team or individually?
Well, I pitch a couple nights a week, so I try to go to the batting cage a lot, and I'm pretty sure that pretty much everyone else does.
Yeah. Good.
And you're probably pretty busy with softball in school, but do you have any plans for after Middle Creek? What you going to do?
Yeah, I plan to play softball at Winthrop University and study exercise science.
Right on.
Well, obviously, we wish you luck in the upcoming season, and good luck.
Thank you.
Once again, guys, you're watching the Middle Creek Coaches Show, broadcasting live from Ruckus Pizza. This is the Sports Block. We'll be right back.
Thank you. Yeah.
Ruckus. It's a good time. We've got live music 4 or 5 nights a week. And
my favorite's the food, though. Our menu is very varied. We have great hamburgers, great pizza, great pasta, great sandwiches, great salads. We're famous for our New York style pizza. It's a huge 24-inch pizza with just right amount of cheese and sauce. And
all right, enough about the big pizza. Seriously. I sometimes still get a little bit long-winded, and this is a perfect fit for taking care of that.
It's great pizza.
It is a Ruckus. It's a good time. We've got live music 4 or 5 nights.
We are now joined for our final segment of the night by head coach Mike Castellano once again. The Mustangs head into Holly Springs this Friday. Holly Springs are 4-3 overall and 1-2 in the conference. Coach, but we know this is a tough conference. So what do you expect from this game on Friday?
First off, they've got a new coach there, Coach Bragg, and he's a great coach. When we first found out that he became the head coach at Holly Springs, we all said, "Oh crap, another school is going to be well coached." And he does a great job. He's a great guy. As Coach Burdeau says, they have a guy offered, I believe he's committed to Old Dominion. That's bigger than any offer any of our kids have. So, the best named player in the field obviously is going to be him. And they've got some other guys. Harris is a great running back. His older brother played at Middle Creek and got elected in the Hall of Fame a couple weeks ago. So, obviously, it's a very close community, and it'll be a big game that way. And obviously, they'll be excited.
Yeah. This team's coming off of 3 points, and you highlighted some tough players on defense. Does this, and you mentioned having respect for the other coaches. Does this turn into a little bit of a chess match, or you're just walking in ready to run what you guys have set up every week?
Well, defensively, we have a different game plan each week. We're putting the game plan a little more on our guys this week to kind of make calls and adjust based off what we want to do. Special teams-wise, we adjust every week. And then obviously offensively, we do a great job coming up with game plans and all that good stuff. I told Coach Burdeau he was going to be on the coach's show, and he said to me, "Really? We were scored -10 last week with our offense." And I said, "Yeah, but you set school records each of the last 2 years."
Right.
And I said, "I've done a great job." And that's part of our deal for us is, we execute what we design and what we want to do, but we design and call it for a reason. And I do want to apologize earlier for Alex Sutton and his sense of humor. we actually, Alex is one of those guys that's phenomenal. He comes in every day and he helps the trainer set up the water. In the summer, he brings the water out for everybody, cleans the field up, and just a phenomenal kid. When he got injured last year, it inspired a lot of the guys because the day after the surgery, he was actually on the track, drugged up from the surgery, and just looking at everybody going, "Coach, what happened?" Every play through the games, and is a great guy. But we told Alex this year we liked old, quiet Alex better than the new sense of humor, personality Alex. So I do want to apologize for his bad jokes, and I also want to apologize for Juby. Juby gets up here and I'm not going to say who, but somebody texted me and said his hair looks like Whoopi Goldberg's hair. But Juby's a phenomenal guy, and he talked about wanting to go to college. He's only a junior right now.
Right.
And how much he's grown and matured over the last year has been a lot of fun to see. And he's just – they're two great guys, but I apologize for their sense of humors because they're not quite fully developed yet.
Yeah, so you mentioned a little bit being part of the game plan is being able to adjust on the fly. How important is that for players in your system?
It's important. We've, both sides of the ball, we're kind of elaborate in what we do. I mean, we have a lot of things, and we have a game plan. And obviously, when we go up to the sideline, and we're pretty detail oriented. For on defense, D linemen sit here, linebacker sit here, DB sits here, and if you're not playing, you stand behind them. And then at that point, we kind of have a quick meeting as a coaching staff of what we want to discuss, and then we talk to the players. And at that point, we want them to tell us, hey, on this particular route, they ran this, or they had this split when it came to, this run play. So we want to kind of coach it on the fly and then say, okay, maybe we need to adjust a little bit here or there in what we're calling. And we do a lot of that. We do a lot of that on special teams as well. That's kind of the way we coach our guys. And the one thing we do take a lot of pride in is I think we have smart guys. They work hard at it. They study film. And there's a term we always use is football IQ. And this is going to happen if you see this. Learn what this means in football. At some point, if three guys are to one side and on the trips look, if something goes away, something's going to come back.
Right.
So you should already be saying that before the snap and then carry that over to your adjustments.
So obviously, you throw a lot of things at your players and you expect a lot from them. And so obviously a large level of responsibility and trust is given from the coaches to the players. What have you seen from your group of kids coming off their first loss going into next week? How do you think they're responding as a unit outside of the coaching staff?
If you carry the mentality, like Coach Burdeau said, there's no excuses. Find a way. And every day, if you really preach, just go 1-0. You can't get yesterday back. So, we can sit here and complain or we can hang our head, but it doesn't matter.
Right.
It's gone. What happened. I really like to take back that touchdown pass we dropped in the first week. So that game was a bigger win. I like to do – you can't worry about that. You got to move on to the next one. Our guys came to work. Today we started really lethargic at practice, and then we had I shall call it a slight inspirational speech. And then at that point, we picked it up and did a better job the rest of practice.
I would have loved to hear that speech.
Yeah. Probably best you didn't. You think you're sweating now because you're chubby. Boy, it's been bad.
Yeah, so before we wrap things up here, we do have some more breaking news here. We had a little score update earlier, but Middle Creek has defeated Fuquay-Varina 3-0 in volleyball, which means they've locked up a playoff berth as one of the top 3 teams in the SWAC. So congratulations to them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, once again, guys, Ryan had mentioned it earlier, but help Middle Creek win a $100,000 grant and a concert by the band Perry. Make your safe driving commitment daily, October 15th through the 24th at celebratemydrive.com. Please share this on your social media sites. Encourage your family, friends, and coworkers to do the same. We have a few flyers for you to take as a reminder, and thank you in advance for your support. Coach, thank you as always, and good luck on Friday.
Thank you.
Once again, guys, you are watching the Middle Creek Coaches Show, broadcasting live from Ruckus Pizza. This was the Sports Block. We'll see you next week.